Hi everyone, today we're doing a room on HackTheBox Academy. Normally I do TryAcme rooms, but today we're doing a HackTheBox Academy room because I found this room really interesting. It's a skill assessments for SQL Fundamentals. So we're just going to get this IP address and put this in here. So to start off, we want to let's put in admin to do a basic SQL injection. Or let's do it in caps, as normally I did it the other way but it would not work. So we're going to do R1 equals 1 equals, then just finish this off and do some comments to comment it off and just put some random password in, and we should hopefully get to the admin page. But we can see we get incorrect credentials, so that's because I didn't close it up properly. So we want to do R1 equals 1, then we want to close this off again, and we want to do this like that. We're just closing this comment off, and we want to put in like anything for a password. And we can see we're in the dashboard right now. So one thing I want to say is, since the login page was vulnerable to SQL injection, the search function may be vulnerable to an SQL injection as well. So let's go to the Academy and we want to go to cheat sheet. So one thing we want to do is check the number of columns we have. I like using this function, but you could use this bit here as well, but this one works just as well, and it's just I prefer the syntax. So we're going to check if the search function is vulnerable to SQL injection. So we can do order by. So let's just do 7. And we can see it returns nothing, unknown column. We can see we went too far then. We can drop down to 5 and see what we get. And we can see 5, we get something. So there might be 5 columns here, but we'll check to make extra sure by doing 6. What this will do is just count the number of columns we have, because there's one invisible column since there's 5. There'll be one here, but it won't be located here, but it's just for an example. That would probably be the ID of the columns, like the column ID or the primary key. And then we'll have the data here. So there's 4 here, and there'll be one hidden one, which will probably be a primary key. So we've figured out we have 5 columns. Now we can check the version of the database. So this one does it for 4, but we know we have 5 columns, so we just want to add an extra one here. So let's put 5. Let's press enter, and we can see we have a MySQL database, MariaDB, running in Ubuntu, and we can see the version here. So we got the version, and we can see where it is. So we can check the tables here as well. We can do that just to see what we have, and we can check the user as well, seeing if we're running as root. So we can see number of columns. We can see this is wrong. We're going to put 5 as this is for 4, and this will not work unless we change it. So we can see we have 5 tables here. We could look into the tables and get an admin password, which is what I did originally, to see if SSH was open, but SSH is not open. So we can use this syntax here, but change that to like backup or whatever, because we have a backup table here which does contain admin credentials, which I can confirm, as I've done this before. But we want to get pretty much remote code execution. So we could try this as well, but I want to show you the syntax to find the user we're running as. As if we're running as a root, we may just be able to just just check if you can write to a file. So we're just going to put 5. And we can see we're running as root localhost, so we can see this is running on the server side. So we figured that out. One thing we could do, we could just try to see if we can write something. So let's just write something here. But we're going to need to change a couple of things. We can see var www.html, which will be out of this directory. If we just press enter, it will not work. It'll say permission denied. You can see that the version for write syntax. We can see we have some error. Oh, we can see we can see something here. File written successfully to output file from here. But one thing I want to say is that we are in the wrong directory. var www will pretty much be the root of this web page. We want to change this to dashboard. As we can see, dashboard.php is one file, but we want to change to dashboard. So let's put another. Let's see, we've done that right. It looks like we have. So we want to do that. We want to save it here. Well, we can just look it up and just change it to proof.txt. Let's press search, and we should get nothing at all. And we can see it has been syntax check has written successfully. So we've got var www-proof.txt. So it says it works. So we can just check by just doing proof.txt. So we can see we have an error. So let's see, blah blah blah, proof.txt dashboard. So okay, I have an error somewhere. Let's see, what am I doing wrong? Oh, no wonder. I know why. We forgot to do this. We need to do a union select first of all. So let's do this again, and hopefully I don't mess up like I did last time. So one of the things about just doing injections in general, you're gonna fail loads of times before you get it right. So just don't be disheartened if you just fail for the first like good 50 times or whatever. Just do not give up. Keep trying. You will get there. So let's go back to the start. We can see, yeah, we haven't closed it off or anything. If you go back to the cheat sheet, this gives us a good example of what we can do here. So we want to do a union select, and we just want to add that in, and hopefully this should work. You can see you have an error in your syntax. So since it's not working, but we know we can write, since it said file is successfully written, we can just copy this, because we got a syntax error. Actually, I know why we have a syntax error. I haven't like put it in any columns, and I know why that's just not working. I'm pretty sure it should show up, but we'll do this instead. So like before, we just want to go to dashboard. We just want to put dashboard here. We don't need to worry about the case. I'll just gonna just make it automatically uppercase. So we can check the number of columns we have here. We have one here, two. We have 2 columns, and let's see if we have a third here, four columns. That's not enough. We know we need 5 columns, so let's put 5 in. So that's 5 columns done and dusted. Let's just press enter, and we can see file was var.here already exists. I think that's because I've done this room before. I think before it didn't work last time because I've already done this room. So we could just pretty much just go to the right place and just see if it'll work. So we'll go here and we'll just put in shell.php. You can see I've already done this before, but one thing I want to say is that to activate this shell, we want to do a question mark, and the O will just be pretty much it will just be a variable that will be storing the command. And you can see 0 here, and we want it to equal, let's just do ls to start off with, and we'll see what we get. 0 will store the variable and print out the page pretty much, which is why we have 0 here. It can be any number or whatever, it doesn't need to be 0 at all. I think if we go here, actually it will need to be 0, that is me being wrong, because we can see here it says 0 here, which is the variable that will get passed the value. So we can see we have a couple of things. We can just do plus sign, and we can just backslash a bunch of times. So if we do it 3 times, it should take us to the root. So if we do that, we can see we are in, I think it's the var. Yeah, we're in the var directory. So if we do it again, we should be taking a root, and we are in root. So we can see right here we are in root. So just to get the flag, we can just pretty much we can just cut that out. Let's concatenate it. So we're gonna put the flag here, and we can see we get the number here. I've already put that in for the room, but this is just a quick example of SQL injection and how misconfigured SQL server can just lead to complete local file inclusion or just path reversal in general.